Welcome to Ray Reads, a podcast where I discuss the books I am currently reading. For this episode of Ray Reads, I will be discussing Blood of a Thousand Stars, sequel to Empress of a Thousand Skies by Rhoda Belleza. In my discussion of the previous book, I complained about the obviousness of the Kara/Jocelyn twist. What I have come to like about it is the resemblance to Anastasia. Similar to Anastasia, Jocelyn is a girl with memory loss problems who has a small keepsake which acts as a key to her true identity. Sometimes, a good old-fashioned lost princess story is fun. With everything happening across the galaxy, Kara has little time to decide who she truly wants to be. Kara acts selfishly as she tries to deny her heritage. But I can understand it. She's lived half of her life as someone else, and she had been happy. Lydia was a mother to her, the one she remembers raising her. I don't blame Kara for not wanting to take on the burden of becoming Empress. Honestly, I was extremely torn between who I wanted as Empress in the end. I like Jocelyn reclaiming the throne, but at the same time, I would have liked it to be Rhi. I don't know if there will be any more sequels after this, though it would be nice to see how Kara and Rhi reshape the galaxy and reconnect. I thought Rhi's point of view, along with Allie's for that matter, was a bit boring in this novel. Kara's perspective dominates the story, claiming chapters that should have belonged to Rhi or Allie. For instance, it should have been Rhi's point of view instead of Kara's when she killed Nero. Additionally, I would have loved Rhi's reunion with Dolan after more if it had been from her own perspective. And then, for some reason, it was Kara's point of view when it should have been Allie's when Jeth died. I wish Jeth survived and that more had happened with his character and his friendship to Allie. He was mostly just used for convenience since he miraculously happened to be stationed exactly where Allie and Kara needed him. My heart breaks for Allie though, now that he has lost 2 of his best friends, and in such a short span of time. Allie has been through so much in his lifetime and lost so much. His home, his family, his friends. That may explain why he can be so reckless at times. In the previous book, Allie heedlessly injects the taurine despite the risks. And in this book, Allie recklessly decides to insert a droid comm unit into his body. That's kind of wild. Ree, too, has been through and lost a lot. She lost her family and had been even forced to kill Veyron, her mentor and father figure. Now, she struggles to save her friendship with Julian while also protecting Veyron's memory. Of course, it was self-defense, and Veyron had no choice either. But Ree ought to have offered Julian the truth of his father's death. It would have spared them both, maybe even offered them a measure of closure. The death that impacted me the most in this story is Dolan's. His death broke my heart and made me cry. It took me completely by surprise. I was almost expecting some miracle to appear to save him at the last second. His death stunned me. And as much as I wished for him to live, I appreciate the loss. A lot of stories don't have the guts to murder characters like this. I wonder, though, when did Ree fall in love with Dolan? I may just have to reread this series to pinpoint the moments when Ree's feelings start to become clear. Ree and Dolan would have been a compelling couple. Dolan didn't have enough screen time here, nor enough time with Ree. On a lighter note, I like the titles of the 4 parts this book is broken down to: The Returned, The Abandoned, The Compromised, and The Crowned. Personally, I'm a fan of books being broken down into meaningful parts like this. I like how they shape the story. The very best thing about this story is the connection to real-world issues. This book touches on a variety of problems, from corrupt media to colonization to the Dust Bowl mass exodus to internment camps and to the atomic bomb. This grounding of reality brings the story closer to home and delivers a powerful message. This is our past and our present, and if we're not careful, it could be our future too. The study of the past is vital. Without it, we are doomed to repeat history. And that is why the Executive Order 10642 is wrong. Ree's father supposedly signed the order to use the overrider to erase the Great War from memory. As if that would solve anyone's problems. Another thing I appreciate about the book is the all-inclusive term souls. A lot of other stories struggle to find a universal name to accommodate all people and races respectfully. Souls is simple, yet elegant, as it humanizes and encompasses all. Let's now end this on a light note. I think it's funny when Dolan says that he is more knowledgeable about surgery than an average person because he had heart surgery once. I seem to recall in the previous book, Dolan mocked Rhee for saying something similar about murder after she killed Bayron in self-defense. Neither of them are the experts they claim to be. His hypocrisy makes me laugh. I don't know if there are any upcoming sequels in this series, but if there ever are any, I would definitely like to read more. These 2 books were fun to read, and I think the series deserves at least one more book to completely tie up the story. I want to see Rhee recover from mourning and get to know her sister and Allie better. I want to see Rhee and Jocelyn navigate their new roles. I want more.